This is fucking crazy! Check it out! G'day, it's Rob from A Life That Travels, and here we are today at Iguazu Falls. Over the next couple of days, going to be checking out the different spots in and around Iguazu. Here on the Argentinian side, and this is the Devil's Throat, which is one of the most impressive places I think I've ever been. The amount of water that's actually going over these falls every second is just phenomenal, and you'll see behind me every couple of seconds like these explosions of water coming up and basically soaking everybody. It's hilarious. You can see how many people right here on the platform. And over there, everyone's in full-on selfie mode, right? Beautiful place to come and check out, right? Not too hard to access. There's an airplane, there's an airfield that flies right in here to Iguazu, a couple of hours up from Buenos Aires. And there's actually two sides to the falls, Argentinian side and the Brazilian side. We're going to be checking them both out. But this one is all about the Argentinian side, Devil's Throat #1. Let's go see what else we can find. Okay, so this is Salto Bossetti, which is on the, it's called the Superior circuit at the top, so it's like the top track of the falls. Honestly, as much as the Devil's Throat, the Gancontua, was incredible in terms of its power, the size of this top circuit is amazing. I guess one of the things that's incredible here is that, you know, video just doesn't do it justice. The scale of this place is amazing. Look at it. And you know, here we're on like these metal walkways that are just running absolutely straight over the top of the falls themselves. It's absolutely mind-boggling the kind of engineering that's gone into creating this experience for people to come and walk. And I mean, there is 6,500 cubic tons, 6,500 cubic meters of water going over these falls every second. That's just a phenomenal amount of water. So much strength and power, and it's absolutely enormous. In the wet season, there's like 270 different waterfalls here. In the dry season, still like 150. So it's absolutely enormous. And once again, this like superior track, the upper track, I find is just so much even more impressive than the Devil's Throat. Just the scale of it is out of this world. Incredible.
So one of the things I hadn't really been thinking about when we came to Iguazu was the fact it's really tropical here. It's actually, climate is technically subtropical, but it's super humid and misty, and you should definitely bring a raincoat. Check the weather before you come, but think about bringing a raincoat with you, because when it downpours, wow, it really rains. It's incredible. One of the awesome things here is that if you're coming for more than one day, you can get your ticket stamped on the way out, and that basically gives you 50% off your next day's entry, which obviously saves a lot of money.
Okay, well, I gotta say that if Iguazu is not on your bucket list, it frickin' should be. Check it out! This place is absolutely incredible. 6th biggest waterfall in terms of water volume in the world, but it's actually the largest in terms of the amount of distance that it covers. It covers like 2.7 kilometers. So the longest, largest waterfall in the world. In fact, Victoria Falls over in Zimbabwe has the largest single curtain, 1.6 kilometers long, but this has got 2.7 kilometers worth of waterfall face. It's absolutely bananas. Definitely should be on the bucket list. All right guys, today we are on the Brazilian side of Iguazu Falls, and we've just arrived here at the main entrance. Very different to the Argentinian side. It's actually pretty spectacular and much more busy. It's actually the first day of a public holiday today, so tons of people everywhere. For those of you coming from Australia, very good advice. Make sure you get yourself a tourist visa. You can get these from like the downtown Iguazu. There's a Brazilian consulate. You need to fill out some paperwork, spend a little bit of money in order to get yourself a visa to come across the border here into Brazil in order to see the Brazilian side of the falls. If we ever meet in person, please ask me about my story about how I still managed to somehow get into Brazil without a visa. That's a whole nother game, and I don't encourage it. Anyway, let's go and check it out. This is the Brazilian side of the falls. It's not as big as the Argentinian side, so there's not as much fall space, so there's not as many walks, but apparently the views are spectacular. Let's go check it out.
the Brazilian side of the falls, and it's, wow, spectacular. You're right on the edge of it all here, right on the edge. I reckon this is even more spectacular than the Argentinian side. Incredible. Underneath the falls, you're kind of on this half platform in the middle, and you can see in the background there all the way up to the Devil's Throat, which was spectacular. But this is the real deal, folks. Holy moly. You're right in the middle of it here. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, anywhere. Back on dry land, and that was seriously one of the best things I think I've ever done anywhere. The falls are incredible when you're underneath them and the water's coming down. That was a little one. It's just absolutely mind-boggling how powerful it is. You just couldn't stop laughing. It's like being under a shower. Now we're all soaked. Anyway, on to the next stop. Let's go. That was great. Okay, well there we go. A couple of days at Iguazu Fall, done and dusted. What an experience. This place has seriously been one of the most incredible stops that I've ever had anywhere in the world. You know, the thing I love about it, it's gigantic, right? A third bigger than Niagara Falls. Absolutely enormous, and everywhere you look, just these enormous cascades of water just constantly running. I think that's also the part that I love about it, this constant flowing of water, this constant power, you know. Long after you and I leave this place, that water's still going to be running day and night. Long after we leave this earth, that water's still going to be running day and night, basically for the rest of time immemorial. It's just pretty awesome to see something that's so constant that will always be there. It's kind of like looking up at the stars, you know. It will always be there. So an incredible experience and something that I've absolutely loved. Anyway, time to go grab a cab, head back to Argentina. I'm Malicki, and this is a life that travels. See you next time.